So, what I wanted to talk about today is having no agenda. And I was thinking about how very often, uh, definitely in the things that I talk about, but people are always thinking about something in relation to a goal or an outcome or a particular state that they'd like to achieve. And this is all great, and it gives life direction and purpose or meaning, and we all want to reach our goals. I'm one of the biggest proponents of that, and um, but it brings a particular orientation. There's where I am, and then there's the goal, and so how am I doing in relation to achieving this goal? Um, the NLP teacher Robert Dilts said that the minute you have a goal, you have essentially you have a problem, because there's the gap between where you are and the goal, so that you could define as a problem. But in any case, I'm not looking at that as being a problem. I'm looking at that as being a particular condition. So when I have wherever I am and then a goal in front of me, that's one type of condition. And if I'm here and I'm hungry, now I've got a goal or an outcome, and I can look at how elegantly I achieve that, or whether I achieve it, or whether I'm getting close, and all those things. And believe it or not, that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is, for a moment, just letting go of having any outcome or goal, and just being in the moment. Now, very often we talk about being in the moment, and I think I'm meaning it in a slightly different way. I'm meaning just giving yourself permission to be somewhere without a goal, without any intention, and just see what emerges. I think a lot of times when people are talking about being in the moment, that just becomes another goal, and it can become another measuring stick to measure by, or to beat yourself up with. It's incredibly freeing for a moment to just say, I have nothing to do, nowhere to be, and just allow yourself to experience whatever you're experiencing without a particular agenda. And that's an interesting topic too. It's a whole topic that, meditation, which is one of the things that I hold most dear, it can just become another series of goals, and which really, in my opinion, defeats the purpose of meditation. So how do we how do we have no agenda? And that's a tricky question. For me, I think it's first of all, it's giving yourself permission to just sit for a moment. And I don't think this was anything that I've set out to do, but when I think about it, it's something that I've done from time to time without really knowing that that's what was going on. So for me, this has happened when I would just maybe go sit on a park bench and just take a break for a moment, and let my mind wander, let myself look around and see my surroundings. It's funny, after I graduated from undergrad, I really liked to go to the library and just sit there and drink a cup of coffee, and really just enjoy myself and pick up any books that I was interested in reading. But it was really nice to be there without the structure, the necessity of classes. And ironically, I think I learned, this was after undergrad, I think I learned a lot about how to sit down and do some work just by going to the library and letting myself calm down. And I think that's when I really started to know how to sit down and do some work when I needed to. So I think that was another place where I would let myself just go and be there for a while. I think I do that also at museums sometimes, especially if I'm not there to see a particular show. I'm just there. If you go to the Met Museum here in New York City, it's so vast that you can just go there and wander, and you'll hit some area you've probably never seen. And it's really magnificent to let the museum guide you around. And I think that's another powerful thing that sort of comes of this, is that it's a way of letting your attention draw you, or letting your interest draw you. There was a group called the Situationists that I heard about in school, and I'm forgetting the head of this group, but he said that he felt that the best way to explore a city was rather than make a list of kind of all the main landmarks. He said, you know, just plant yourself in the city and begin to wander around. And he said that he believed that the city would draw you to wherever you needed to get to. And I really enjoy that method of exploring the city. It also, you know, for me, it lets me slow down when I want to slow down, and lets me speed up when I want to speed up. So this is something fun to explore when you have a moment. And again, it's not to negate the other way of doing things. These are, I would say, just two different thought structures, one of exploring and wandering, and one of being on a particular course and saying, this is where I'm trying to get to. I think alternating between the two can be really, really powerful. Yeah, so that's all I have to say about having no direction, no goal, or no purpose today.